We're at the local segment right now, and I'm really honored. You know, it's pretty cool. So I've got this black 3/4 ton Ford Lariat truck, and it's got the Patriot bannered all over it. And a gentleman by the name of Bruce came out. Well, so I was pulling into this car dealership because I was going to talk to them about advertising on the radio show. And all of a sudden, that my truck is too big and I can't get a parking spot. Well, anyways, I got a knock on my window, and I roll down the window, and it's this gentleman, and he says, "Yeah, I'm with Trust Vets," and he said, "I don't know if you're connected with them with the radio show." And he gives me an overview that Trust Vets is an organization that helps vets get to work. It's one thing to give them money, but if you can actually get them working. So he said it's like an Angie's List or Craigslist for veterans and their businesses. Well, he put me in contact with Joe, and Joe Johnson is in studio today to talk about your foundation, how we can support it. I have committed to being a sponsor and giving you a plug because I would do anything and everything that I can to give back to our wonderful men and women that have served in our vets. How are you, Joe?
I'm excellent. Thank you for having us in today.
Glad to have you here. So how did it get started?
Well, it was just one of those aha moments. I was watching a TV show, and, there's a lot of people that want to do more for our veterans, and a lot of us, I never served the military, and so I have that same itch. What can we do to repay them and to thank them? And the consistent theme was veterans are coming home, and they kind of, they fall through the cracks, and they come home and they're disconnected, and they come out of this amazing sense of brotherhood and come home and just kind of get spit out into a society that they're not, exactly comfortable with and trying to reintegrate. And so I was watching a show, and there was a restaurateur on there who said, I'm going to use as many veterans as I can in starting this restaurant. And I nudged my wife, and I said, what if we all did that? What if we all made it a point to do business with veterans here at home? What if, it comes down to a simple question. If you can choose between doing business with a random stranger or an American military veteran, who would you choose? And since that night, this has been my full-time commitment. My full-time job is uniting American military veterans here at home. And so what TrustVets.com is an online directory of American military veterans in business. And so, there's about 1,400 websites right now that help veterans find jobs. But then what? And so that's where Trust Vets comes in. So when you visit TrustVets.com for goods and services, you'll find bankers and plumbers and painters and dentists. You can get, there's attorneys and photographers and chocolatiers. And there are things in the community already, things like Angie's List and Craigslist. And we've set out to build Vets List. Like I said, many people want better for our veterans, and Trust Vets is a simple way to make good on those intentions. And that's before, hiring anyone for local goods and services. Visit the TrustVets.com directory and join us in doing business with American military veterans.
I was amazed. I've got the website up in front of me right now. I was literally amazed at how many different businesses you have here. First of all, when did you start your foundation?
The website was launched in 2013. We had 8 veterans on there, and so we're growing strong. We've got more than 250 different veterans on there now, and it's veterans of all ages. We have veterans that are in their 20s. We have veterans that are in their 90s, and it's all across the board. So if you're a homeowner and you're working and you need someone to come out and replace your roof or fix your furnace or plow your driveway, we've got those types of services. But also for the business leaders in the community, if you need a website or credit card processing or printing services, you can find those types of services too. So it's a wide array of industry, but every single member on Trust Vets is a verified American military veteran.
This is huge, and I'm so glad that Bruce came up and knocked on my truck, because I've wanted to get established here in Minneapolis and give back to the community and absolutely help the veterans. How do you find, is there certain organizations that you're involved with that you get connected to these individuals?
Well, for the most part, this is word of mouth, and that's been part of the challenge, and the opportunity in building this is I just wish there was a list somewhere so I could pick up the phone and call these veterans and let them know. But the reality is we're building the list. We work closely with many other organizations in town, but it's one of those things where if you need a banker, we've got Gary White on our site. He did 6 separate tours overseas. And so it's that type of individual that have already proven through tremendous personal sacrifice, there's nothing they wouldn't do to make it a stronger community. We've got a website designer on there, Don Raleigh of Evolve Systems. He served as a sentinel at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. And then after President Reagan was shot, Don Raleigh was called in to serve as a presidential guard to Reagan. And, today he works in Little Canada. He's with Evolve Systems. He builds world-class websites. And, but it's across the spectrum. This makes it available for anyone to participate. One of our new businesses on there is the Wander North Distillery in Minneapolis. We've got Brian Winter over there. He served 13 years in the Army, and he's just getting this distillery off the ground. So it's not a massive decision. If somebody just wants to stop by and shake his hand and have a drink, they're joining us in doing business with veterans.
Wow. I believe I need help with my website and my business, so I'm going to be getting in contact with several of yours. But I also will offer my website. Well, first of all, this show is listened to internationally as well as nationally as well as local. And there's a lot of traffic internationally with my website, and I will put a link for Trust Vets right onto my website so that people circle back to you, because, again, I am very committed. Eric, are you still with us?
Yeah, I was listening to that. Welcome to the show, Joe. I happen to have a dad that fought in the South Pacific, and then I went through the throes of getting him through the medical system, and the vets when they get home, it isn't fun. And then I have a brother that spent 25 years in the military. But Montana's one of those states. That's where I'm from, over here in Billings. But we have one of the largest percentages of people that put themselves into the military, because that's kind of the only job you can get in Montana. But we have a talk show here. I'm going to try to get you or somebody from your group on, and we have websites. I'm the state chairman for Eagle Forum here, so we can do some help getting your voice out there, and I have a 6,300-member Tea Party group here. So we'll do our best now that we know where you're at and what you're up to get you promoted around this area out here, too.
Exceptional. Well, that's greatly appreciated. And we have several veterans on the site at this point that people can engage on a national level. We've got Brian Hafey up in Eagle, Alaska. He's a former United States Navy SEAL. He's set out to Alaska now. He's taking amazing photography and selling Christian greeting cards and stationery. We've got Dennis Powell out in Idaho. He makes handmade Belgian chocolates and ships them all over the country. So, yeah, we definitely have some national opportunities there. But one thing I just want to make sure to point out, too, is for the veterans in the community, it doesn't matter if you own the business. Like a lot of the bankers and that on our site, they don't own the bank, but they want to be a resource for their fellow veterans, and they want to make themselves available for that. And so one of the things we do inside of Trust Vets is we host multi-city monthly networking meetings. It's a chance where veterans can walk in. We've had vets that come in and say, I just started a business. We started running jobs yesterday, and the other vets will start raising their hands and doing business right away. It's a chance for them to connect, collaborate, and succeed here at home.
That's awesome. Joe, we're running out of time. Real quick, tell people where they can find you.
Okay, it's online at trustvets.com. It costs you nothing to visit the website, search the directory. You can look at their photos, read their stories, and join us in doing business with veterans.
Awesome. Thank you, Joe. I got to take it from here. All right, everybody. It's been a great show. Get up tomorrow. Walk, talk, think differently. Get everybody involved, because we got to get it right in 2016. I got to say goodnight. God bless. God bless America. And ciao for now.